KTOE in the afternoon. It's 4:37, and as promised, Lucas Fricke, and I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, and the esports team. I believe I got the entire varsity squad here. I'm going to pretend to talk like I know what I'm talking about, even though I don't. Lucas, I want to make sure you're on. Just give me a hi. Okay, you're going to have to do it again. There it is. Try that.
Hello?
Yes, they're there. Okay, now I've got Lucas. Lucas, you are the coach?
Yeah, I'm the director of esports at Bethany Lutheran College.
All right, and I told you bring somebody in, and you brought in the crowd. Let's see who we've got here. Let's go around the horn. Who do you?
Yeah, I'm Ryan Vreeland. I'm a freshman at Bethany.
I'm going to try to remember all the names because I'm going to write them down, so I'm not that guy. Ryan, and you are?
Hi, my name is Pao Ming, and I'm also a freshman at Bethany Lutheran College.
All right, and on my right, another...
Hello, testing. Oh, yep. What's up, guys? My name is Johnny Shong, and I'm a sophomore at Bethany Lutheran College.
Johnny, why is that not working as well as it should? Try it.
I don't know.
Try it again.
Hello? All right.
There you go.
Say it again?
Got to get up a little harder. You're good. Johnny's
All
good.
right, sweet.
All right. First off, because I know nothing about this stuff, we're going to start from the very, very, very beginning because we've got the time. 1980-ish, 75, 80, I'm playing Pong. You kids have heard of this?
Yeah, there's
No, I have
actually
not.
something set up in the building. One of the professors set up a Pong machine.
Behind a glass wall, and it's a
Yep.
museum sort of thing. Pong, two paddles, you against me against my brother, and the ball would go kaboink, kaboink,
Oh.
and you could hit it, and then it would go boink, kaboink. And then
Yep.
if you got advanced, you could, with you hit the button right, you could catch it and then reset it. You're shaking your head. You've heard of it. You're too young to actually have ever played Pong.
Correct.
Okay, so this is an Atari system. This is, don't laugh, people. It's better than tic-tac-toe, which is the other game we had.
True.
True.
So this was cutting edge. Now I have kids, well, they're out of the house now, but I presume roughly about your ages. Middle kid it just went to college. They've been playing, Xbox 360 Nike thing forever, World of Warcraft, Minecraft thing. And I've told them 100 times, you can't keep playing this game. You got to find something to do that you can make a living at. How wrong was I?
Very wrong.
These cats are getting school cred to go and play video games, right?
Yeah, and scholarships.
Okay, if you guys go ahead and look it up because it's before the computer, but in 1983 they asked to do your little thing in the yearbook, and I said those computers will go nowhere because it takes people to sell stuff. That's how wrong I was, and now with this esports thing I am as well. Unbelievable. So how many years have you been doing it? There isn't a minor league for this. There isn't. I mean, is there high school leagues of this?
Yeah, so...
Shut up!
Yep.
Oh, I'm sorry. You first heard my mouth and I told you to shut up. That's really not nice. My wife will just get at me. But seriously.
Yep, there's two major high school leagues right now. One is called the HSEL, High School Esports League, which is what Ryan participated in at Wayzata High School last year. And Powell participated in one called the NASF.
But how does that work? Because I presume, unlike football, you got to be within a certain area in a certain size school. Take this for you're a knucklehead with a computer. He's a knucklehead with a computer. You guys can just play because of the internet, right? I mean,
Right.
so there isn't section champions and stuff like that, right? You frown. Don't give me ugly looks. What is that, John?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not too familiar with esports. I mean, like what Lucas Fricke said about Ryan and Pao Ming, just having more experience in high school leagues. This is my first year into esports, which is an incredible opportunity, so I'm just not too familiar.
What is an incredible opportunity? You play it at home all the time.
Well, incredible opportunity in terms of what you just heard from Lucas Fricke, like scholarships that you were so surprised of. And
We're literally getting paid to play video games.
See, that just hurts me to my core.
Right.
Because these computers aren't going to catch on. You understand that. They're not going anywhere.
Well, that's what you thought earlier.
Oh, my God. It is amazing to me. But, okay, so let's start from beginner. So how long have you been playing? How old are you, if I might ask? Let's go around the room. Johnny, how old are you?
Yeah, I'm 19 years old.
How long have you been playing, and is it any game? All games? What game do you got to be good at?
Esports contains, League of Legends, Overwatch, Hearthstone.
The ones that Bethany
How about
supports.
anything I know of, I've heard of
Oh,
before?
okay.
Fortnite. Have you heard of Fortnite?
Oh, yeah, Fortnite. That's the one you're shooting everybody
Yep.
like an army guy.
Yep.
How about the little one where you build little cute cities?
Generally, that's not competitive. That's just for fun. But there's no competition in that.
Okay, all right. How long have you been doing this, Paul Ming?
So I started league back in middle school, and that back then there wasn't really like a middle school kind of
But you call it a league. I don't get. I mean, just 8 guys got together. It's not a bowling league. You're not showing up the bowling alley like I did as a kid with 8 other middle schoolers, and you made 2 teams. How many people? I mean, this could be across the nation, I presume.
Yeah, the thing about this is that like you have teams coming from like the east, the west, like just from every coast. And the thing about like esports is that you can connect through like online compared to like football or like baseball. You have to like find friends. Like you have to go outside.
Well, I get the outside thing. You guys are lacking vitamin D. I'm going to give you that. I've got to go to a break. We got plenty of time. You guys are good? Stick around. This is just ultimately fascinating to me. First off, because I was so completely wrong in high school about how this stuff was going to go. But beyond that, there is actually a sport about this, and it's not small potatoes. If I'm not mistaken, some young 16-year-old man, not in this room, I presume, won $3 million in the last 2 weeks. Playing esports, and we're not kidding anymore. We'll talk more about it coming up on KTOE. It's 4:43. I'm Al in the afternoon. KTOE, Al in the afternoon, and I have no doubt that when you guys go back to Bethany, they're going to ask, how did things go? And you guys will neglect to talk about all the laughing at me during the commercial breaks and the being mean to the old man who knows nothing. That all goes on during the commercial breaks, and then when, of course, we're talking live, it's so nice, Mr. Travis. Thank you very much. This is KTOE. It's 4:46, and I have in with me the folks from Bethany Lutheran College. It is the esports team, and I want you to understand what esports are because it is getting big. It's only going to get bigger because I think it was Pao Ming who mentioned you don't have to go outside.
Right.
I presume at some point the next generation will absolutely not know what the sun is. But Lucas Fricke brought him in. It is your esports. How many people on your team?
Right now, we have about 30 students involved in esports.
Get out of here. Well, involved. I mean, do you cast a team? Is there the varsity and the JV and the guys working to get in?
Yeah, we have a varsity and JV for all the games, the titles that we play. These guys play League of Legends.
And then, out of curiosity, how did you get that? Do you study for esport? Shipmanship running. I mean, there's not like a little league to get through this.
Yeah, it's so Bethany has an alumni who is very well known in the esports community. His name is Doa. He announces Overwatch League, which is the second major title for.
He announces.
Yes,
this?
he's the Tony Romo of Overwatch. He's on ABC on Sundays. If you ever get a chance to go to Buffalo Wild Wings.
Love the Wild Wings. I don't sit and watch. Okay. You guys do this, don't you? You literally YouTube some knucklehead playing a game and you watch it, don't you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, you do. Oh, my God. I yell at my children for that. I can't think of a worse time. Really. And what does that do for you to watch someone else play the game? Is it like Donkey Kong and you find the little hidden coins? Is that too old for you as well?
No, actually, no.
You understand the coin reference?
I do, yeah.
Is that what you get is how to beat guys with that?
Yeah.
What do you get from watching?
The big thing is just improvement. You're always looking to get better. How do I beat this guy? And, it's really easy when you're playing these video games. All their games are out there. And, the key being you don't have to go outside. So you just get to watch them from your computer.
Okay, but that's true, but it isn't. Now, I presume at Bethany, because you're a fine first-rate college organization, your Wi-Fi is really fast. You got it all. You're probably T1 line and that sort of thing.
Yeah, we have a gig up and a gig down.
So, I mean, isn't that really what wins this thing? This guy with the fastest computer, isn't... Yeah, you're smiling. It's like having the best shotgun when you're in the clay pigeon shooting
Not
game.
quite. A lot of these games, especially the game that we play, League of Legends, most people have standardized connections nowadays. You could probably play it on your office computer and you'd do just fine. People aren't held back by those.
What is League of Legends? What is this? Is this where you guys have a wizard and the wizard tells you something and then you got to act it out and then you... Is that, I don't,
It's
don't laugh at me. What is it?
It's a 5 versus 5, so it's a team game. Just like normal sports, it's a team game.
Nothing about this is normal sports, my friend. This is not what normal sports are.
The
For
one
those that are
normal thing
listening,
would be the numbers.
We're talking talk radio. The people listening here, normal sports do not include not outdoors.
Right.
When you sit, okay.
So imagine 5 dudes playing chess.
Okay.
Okay, and you've got a team. And so you're going at the enemies, you're trying to take them out, and you're trying to essentially score on them.
Guns and bombs and knife throwers.
It depends, because you've got a whole arsenal of characters you can choose from, and it really just depends on what you're trying to do. There's magic, there's
So
guns.
this is like Donkey Kong, and you can pick the different motorcycles you're going to ride. Or not, what is that one with the... Mario Kart. Thank you.
Yep.
It's all old school. You went back 30 years, now you know what I'm talking about. Okay. So it's like that. You just pick and choose your armor and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So how is it not that there's some that... Oh, I can't get to it. You guys got to hang with me, all right? Got to pay the bills. We got some time. Are you guys good, like world champions? Am I sitting in the midst of genius here? Is this going to be something I'm going to tell my kids about? They're going to like, you know him?
Yeah.
Upcoming.
Yeah, you'll want
upcoming
our
champions.
autographs one day.
Well, you guys know how to do that, or you're going to have to sign it with a computer. Hand thing. We'll talk about it. It's esports here at KTOE. I'm Al Travis. It's 4:50. KTOE. I always got to figure out how we can tape the conversations during the commercials, because the stuff that goes on here. We get talking, and I'm going to bring it up that whether it's a sport as far as being in shape to do it. Golf, I love to golf. It gives you sunshine and you can smoke cigars, which again, maybe it's not a sport if you're smoking a cigar while doing it. But on the other hand, if you want to be good at it, you almost have to be in shape anymore. The Tiger Woods of the world, these kids are young and involved. And I said, not necessarily the case with you guys, which is true. And I said, I mean, who's not in shape on your... And you pointed right to the coach. What the heck? He's talking about mean. Son of a biscuit. I'd be like, hey, guess who's bench riding next week? Okay. But it is a sport of a different horse, a horse of a different color, in that it isn't how hard you work out. I mean, it's a thumb workout. It's a hand-eye coordination thing, really.
Right.
You can play anybody in the world. You're talking about that, and I think that's interesting to it.
Yeah.
But sports like, I don't know, golf, that to me would be kind of a sport. This is different to me. I'm not sure how, you call it esports, it's electronic sports, I get it. But as long as you guys are having a good time, I love it. So here's what I want to do. Who knows, you're playing tonight against?
Valparaiso.
Ooh, Valparaiso. Go. Valparaiso Knights. Okay, you're going against Valparaiso. You'll know the results. How long is a match? Is it best of 5? Is it a best of 7?
Yeah, official matches tend to be either best of 3s or best of 5s, depending on if you're making it to quarterfinals or finals. And the average...
But this is you against one other team, right?
Right.
It's just a 1v1.
Yep.
So how many matches would that be? And would there be any one-on-one, your best guy against their best guy? Is it all 5 in the meet?
It's all 5, just running it down.
Yep.
That's how it is.
A guy like you has to have some guy out there getting suckered into being
Yep.
shot. You gotta have, wow, that's just wrong. Okay, so you'll have a match tonight, and is it set up ahead of time? How many matches?
Yeah, so tonight is a scrimmage. We do that weekly. Our first official match will be against Boise State on October 8th.
Boise State.
Yeah.
Yeah.
State. Okay,
we got 'em good.
you're not answering the question for maybe I'm not. You have one game tonight against them, and that's it, or is it the best of 3 matches? And how long does a game take? How long does it take to kill 5 people?
Probably averages like 30 minutes per match.
Yep.
And so like tonight, for instance, it's probably going to be best of 3. So if we 2-0 them, then you're looking at maybe an hour, maybe a little more than an hour or less.
And what's it cost to come watch this?
It's free.
Yeah, no kidding. See, when you get to make some money and you charge people, it's a sport. I'm just kidding. Okay, so how do we keep track? What is your records thus far this year? When is the season for this even? I don't even know that.
The official season starts in spring, in January. So we're in preseason right now, just playing practice games.
Official
So
record.
this could be a year-round sport if we're going to call it that, but
Absolutely.
Yeah.
so when it kicks up in January,
Yep.
1 meet a week for how long? How long is a esports season?
It's generally a few weeks. It kind of depends on the game that you play, but anywhere from 8 up to even 16 weeks just going at it.
Who's picking the games, though? Are you deciding as the Bethany coach, the director, that we're going to be good at this game and that game? And
Yeah. With whoever we get recruits for, best players, we want to be good. We want to win. So.
And where do you get recruits? You're out there just watching YouTube videos and saying you want to go to Bethany? Or are these kids coming to you saying they also play esports?
Go to the high school esports league. There's over 2,000 high schools in that.
That's where I came from.
The world is wrong. Okay, all right, we'll get you guys to stick around. After this break, we'll wrap it up, figuring out what's going on with the esports. I definitely want these cats to at least give me a call or stop in, and we'll find out how each and every week goes. We'll keep track. We'll make sure people know how the season's going. We have much more coming up on KTOE. What is it? Oh, it's 5:20. Guess what's coming up at 5:30? We've got the Minnesota Twins. KTOE out in the afternoon. Hopefully we're learning a little bit of something here. It's all about esports, and we've got one of the premier teams in all of the
Country.
Well, I'd say the country, but it's really the world, right?
Absolutely.
And it's right here at Bethany Lutheran College, and they have actual events. They've got one this evening. If you're free and you can go, can you just wing in?
Just contact me. Our first main event will be October 11th at 2 o'clock. So just contact me on Twitter or my email.
Okay.
It's lfricke@blc.edu.
Okay. Anyway, people can go and watch this, find out more about it, find out if you're into it. If kids want to come down and watch that, bring your kids down. I know my kids would love to watch it and see how it all works. So the game, you're in your preseason mode from now through January.
Yes, sir.
Seems like a long preseason. I think football with 4 weeks is too long, but you've got months.
Yeah. It is a long season. And generally in the off season, you're just practicing, you're getting ready, you're strategizing. And the thing, too, Al, is that these games change over time. They change. You know, football, soccer, these games change, but it's not at the same rate as some of these video games change at. You have to constantly adapt and learn new things.
Okay. So you do that. You watch some YouTube videos. How many hours a week are you putting without the exercise? Because I know you guys got this whole thing.
All right.
How much time do you spend on the sport a week? This is John.
Well, let's see. About a couple games per day, which would equal about 2 to 3 hours.
He just said a half hour. It's 2 hours a day you're spending playing?
So, yeah, I mean, if you
Sometimes
times that by
more.
7, yeah. So about 14 to 15 hours a week. Just like any other sport. I don't know. Like, esports, they get a bad rep because of the stereotypes that we get.
Oh, it is, it's a stereotype because it's true. That makes a stereotype. How much do you play a week?
I'd say right after class, I end around 1, so it would be around 6 hours, 7 hours, like after class. So it would be like a day. 7 would be like 49-ish, like 49.
Full-time job, Al.
It's like a full-time job, technically.
Oh, you and your full-time job. This is your parents. I'm working now. It's your parents' fault for that. I'm playing. Oh, Dad, I'm working. Get out the room. I'm working. Seriously.
I
Yeah.
mean, some of our teammates, they actually stream.
Yeah.
And you know the potential that could take them.
Make hundreds of tens of cents. How many hours a week are you playing?
I'm probably clocking in at around 30, but once winter, once we get to winter, that number is shooting up, Al. That's at 50 during the winter.
We want to be the best. We are the
Basically.
best.
You're pushing this. You're kind of like their drug dealer on this. Okay? If esports is their drug, you're their drug dealer. Well, I'm excited about it. It seems fun. How many people on the team? You said 30?
Yeah, 30.
And is there a limit? Like baseball's got a roster, football's got a roster. Do you have a limit that you're allowed to have on in your team, or is it not that organized yet?
Yeah, we had over 50 people try out this year. We had to make some tough
tryouts.
decisions.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Real thing.
Put in your best match on YouTube, and you really tryouts.
That's
All
what
right.
we do.
You have people you use as bait. You're telling me somebody had to try out to become bait.
Some people are better
Yeah.
than others.
You're telling me if I tried out tomorrow and I just want to be bait, I couldn't get on the squad and have me go out there and get shot up?
Yeah, you
Come on.
probably wouldn't be on the team.
I think you'd struggle a little bit, Al.
You guys hurt my feelings. Bait. Really?
You could choose not to be bait. You could be something. You could be the one that capitalizes on the bait.
No, I don't understand the whole thing. All right. I thank you all very much for coming in. I'm going to
you.
ask you
Thank you
guys
so
if
much.
you'd be willing to keep us up to date on a regular basis. There's
Absolutely.
phone either in studio. Stop in. I want to know when the record starts going. I'd love to know how you're doing against El Paso or whatever it is tonight. Let me know tomorrow. We'll
Yes,
keep
sir.
people posted on how this is working because I do find it an interesting deal. I
Yeah.
really do.
Wonderful.
Yeah. Well, thanks for the opportunity, Al.
All right, you bet. I appreciate you guys doing this for us, and we'll get you back on. This is KTOE. I got to do this thing where I mentioned that the Minnesota Twins are what are up next. What we're talking about is the pregame show at 5:30. Right after that, 6:10, we'll get that the game on. So just stick around. 1420 KTOE.